Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. We're just a couple of days away, a few days away from the next expansion announcement, the core set, everything being revealed, or at least initially revealed. We'll have probably a few cards revealed, and that leads to card reviews, and that leads to absolutely terrible predictions or reviews by this clown over here. And today I thought we'd go over my worst of the worst, my worst prediction from Onyxia's Lair, the latest mini set. What did I get wrong? And we're not going to bother with what I got right, but who cares? I mean, am I trying to satisfy my own ego with what I got right? No, we're going to dunk on myself because this clown deserves it. So let's take a look at what cards I got the absolute worst from Onyxia's Lair, the latest mini set. And well, I see a dragon here, and let's listen to what this idiot has to say. Battlecry, if you're holding a holy in a shadow spell, deal 3 damage to all other minions. So we had a dragon back in Wild of the Day. Can't remember the name of it. It always got up the other side of the story. Zeddy. Dustbreaker.
That did the same effect, exact same effect, but clear the board. Except you had to be holding another dragon and had 3/3 in stats. This is a bit more stats, but as a bigger condition of holding 2 specific cards. But even have that 5/5 Death Rattle taunt that draws a holy and a shadow.
I need to start remembering card names.
Activate this, although not quite.
Although I can't remember that one.
This effect is too powerful not to see play. This card is insanely good. Multiple decks can use it, like a mid-range, a Death Rattle Priest.
What are those?
Dragon Priest, Control
What
Priest,
is that?
anything can use it. This card's insane. You cannot underrate this effect. It is just so good. It wipes out aggro. It's great against aggro, and if mid-range comes back, it could be okay against that as well. So in standard, I'm gonna give this a 4. I think it seems realistic play. And in wild, where there's a bunch of good dragons, including the dragon I mentioned, which I think I gave it like a 3 or 4. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good card. You'll probably see play at some point, but again, we're still not at a point where board really matters that much. You're either playing aggro or you're playing hyper aggro, and this doesn't really fit in there. There was early on in the mini set like that control dragon priest with like Kazakhstan, but overall, it's just, it doesn't have a play. It's like Dustbreaker was insane in a board-based, aggro-based, mid-range-based style of Hearthstone. We just don't see that right now. So it's not a 4 yet. It could be if the support's there, but the condition also definitely a lot more extreme than just holding a dragon. Definitely would give this more of like a 2 at the moment, but it's crazy that a card like this doesn't really see play. I only saw it see play for like the first couple days of the season, and I haven't seen it since. Next, we have a Shaman spell that I kind of forgot existed. So other than doing the achievement hunting, so let's take a look. Don't stand in the fire, a fire spell for Shaman. 5 mana, deal 10 damage, randomly split amongst all enemy minions, overload 1. It's like Volcano, minus 5 damage, but it only overloads 1. I just want to point out, when I do these reviews, I get them out as quick as possible because that's what you guys like, and I'm literally reading what the card is as I review. So it's Volcano is a challenge. Good card, because you see my reading skills. Pretty good card. And I think Volcano hit everything. This is only enemies. This is a really good card. You could maybe even play this in
3 years ago
if you want. Right? It's overload. It activates it. It's insanely good. This is such a good card. I wonder if this makes the cut in like a wild, like Shutterwalker, anything like that. It's just really solid. 10 damage.
It's a solid card.
Mask of Cthulhu for 2 less. It doesn't go face, but with Shaman, you have plenty of OTKs.
I didn't make the Reno
comparison,
by the way.
I'm gonna give this a 4 in standard. I think this card's actually. No, I gotta give it a 5 in standard.
Oh,
I think
my
this fits into like any
5 stars.
Those OTK decks mid range. I know you have the free stuff, but
5.
You also want to remove things. It's just good redundancy. I think
I'm frugal with my 5s.
I'm gonna give it 5 in standard. I'll give it 3 in wild. I think.
All right, so yeah, like 3 years ago, great card. You have Snowfall Guardian. You just freeze the board. You kill your opponent with Snowfall Guardians. Like you just don't bother removing the board. It just doesn't matter. In Wild, you have Toxfin and the Horror Morlock thing that works. And yeah, Don't Stand the Fire you would think in theory be a great card, but I haven't seen it really see play in any deck, whether Quest Shaman, Free Shaman, Bird Shaman. It's just, you just don't play it. You have more broken stuff. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, 5 stars. I typically hate throwing those around. I'm trying to be a little bit more lenient with it, and my goodness, I should not stand in that fire and do that. Ugh, I apologize for that. Next, we have a Priest Legendary that I was pretty lenient on. And by the way, this is an 8-minute video for 1 card. It's almost like someone was trying to get their mid-roll ad revenue or something. Yeah, I'm a little bit guilty of trying to make some money. Anyways, we'll skip to the rating of it because I was optimistic on this card. And again, it's a card I have not seen since day 1. A big board with amulets, and
Mida, I feel like or Mida, I'm probably butchering it.
I still don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Into that type of archetype where it just keeps you alive because of the lifesteal, as long as you don't, die when it comes. And you can draw it out. You can tutor the fragment itself with like a Shadow Vision style card, Thrive in the Shadows.
It's a holy spell too. I don't know if I realized that.
You find the fragment, you draw it out, and you get your Mida back, and then it'll die, and it'll go back into your deck. And
I even hover.
If you have a bunch of them die, then you're going to have them coming back over and over and over.
Why do you watch this
idiot?
Really
crazy route and give it like lifesteal, or not lifesteal. You could give it like a broom.
Will you stop dragging this out?
Aggro Shadow Priest is doing good because is it going to put Priest on the map? Priest is doing pretty bad in standard at the moment.
Very bad.
Aggro Shadow Priest is doing good because aggro Smork.
Yeah.
But all the long-term decks have not been doing great. Although, like I've said, Zeddy has been kind of making it work.
Not really.
I don't see this putting it over the top, but it is a pretty crazy card. I can't wait to see this golden. It looks like it'll look spectacular golden, but
absolutely.
At the end of the day, I don't think it's like the most amazing card in the world.
You're talking about for 6 minutes. It better be amazing.
Standard, I would probably give it a 3. Ugh. I think it'll see meta play in that Zarella deck. I think Priest players will like this.
Yeah, so this card has not panned out yet. It's a 2 or a 1, I guess. It's not a meta player, but it wasn't horribly wrong, but I don't know. It's just a really cool looking card. And the funny thing is, if this thing does become meta and you keep bringing it back, I'm probably going to hate it. And I think a lot of people would hate it because it's like infinite lifesteal and just obnoxious priest crap. But the card does look sweet. And I guess maybe I'm happy I'm wrong on this one. I'm not quite sure. Next, we have a warrior card that's obviously just not very good. 1 mana, gain 10. Who cares? It can't be that good, right? What does the idiot have to say?
It's not. I'm glad it's not. Next, we have a warrior spell. Hit it very hard. 1 mana.
By the way, I didn't drag this one card out for 8 minutes. Just want to throw that out there. Although, I think the other card deserved a little bit more time than hit it very hard.
Gain plus attack and can't attack heroes this turn. So this can't go face unless you're in wild and attaches to like an Ogre Warmaul or Mayor Noggenfogger's on the board. Oh, hi, Mark, by the way.
He's done it. He's done it already. Check out Mark's channel.
In standard, you can like attach it to that one Spellburst weapon that can
still can't remember the name
for
of
like
it.
14 across 3 targets. I don't know what you're doing with this card. I really don't. Silas Ashtongue, I guess you could
someone did try
like that and kill your opponent with it, but yeah, I don't know. Crazy card, super weird. It's 1 mana, 10 attack. It just can't go face. I think it sees play somewhere. It's got to, right? It's such a weird, crazy, bizarre card. It's so much attack. It's got to see play, right? I'll give it a 3. Optimistic 3 in standard. Optimistic 3 in wild.
Oh my god, that's super copium. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the C play at all in standard or wild. I've seen Mark combo with it in like 1 or 2 videos, and that's about it. It basically kills anything for 1 mana. It's just Warriors got better answers in shield slams on 4 or 5 taunt yetis of the same expansion. It's just not worth it, but I wouldn't sleep on this card. I feel like maybe it'll pop up in some weird thing down the road. And let's leave off with my absolute biggest dud. And by the way, I didn't miss too hard on this mini set. I have to say, most of my cards are pretty on the point, or reviews, but I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I fluked into it. Let's go with that. But this one, yeah, I didn't quite hit the mark on Kazakhstan.
Kibler, he has revealed, what the hell is this dragon? Seriously, This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. We have Kazakhstan,
kind of crazy
8 mana, neutral, dragon legendary, battle cry. If all minions in your deck are dragons, craft a custom deck of treasures. And you're wondering, what are these treasures?
What are they?
Check out Kibler's video for more details, but
by the way, look at this dedication. I'm on Kibler's video. I don't know if you can see this. Only 3 likes. I was like one of the first people there.
Let's go. Basically the duels treasures. They are these treasures that you can get in duels. If you've played any duels, it can be a myriad of canopic jars, ancient reflections. You can get a board of Anoyatrons, a banana split, a book of the dead. Oh, it's just ridiculous. don't know how this card will be remotely playable in today's Hearthstone. It ain't a card to fill your deck of cards. Like, I've played a lot of duels lately.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of these cards are clunky, not very good, and can be weird. But, I mean, you go Looming Presence into a bunch of stuff, it can be crazy. But
didn't think about the guff.
Is really rad. It's really interesting, but let's be real. You have to have only dragon minions. You need to get yourself some draw on that deck that will work to draw your custom deck of treasures.
I thought you liked Goff.
I think people will love this card. I think it's really awesome.
For a day.
I just have no idea if this is going to be competitively viable in any form at all. But it is a very cool card. I will give it an optimistic 3.
Ooh, I give it a playable.
2 in wild because like 8 mana, build a deck.
It's actually
it's really interesting, and I'd love to hear you guys' take.
Wow, I thought I gave it like a 2. I gave it a playable. Not as bad as I thought, but it's a 5-star card. In WoW, it's like 4 stars. This card's actually good in like Dragon Druid. I hit Legend with that this month in WoW. People have done very well with it. Yeah, this card's insane. I would say that the main thing that I didn't realize or did factor in is the druid potential with Guff, with your tutors, with Lightning Bloom, with just playing spells, not having to run dragons at all. And the other part is the treasures themselves. I said they're clunky and weird, but you get to discover, right? You get to pick which ones, but also when you do a duels run, you only get 1 or 2 and you only draw them. You know, you have a 40 card deck, you don't consistently get them, but Kazakhstan, you're just drawing treasures and it gets busted. I think a Solar Eclipse. The card's just absolutely insane, as you all know. And yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, and I should have given it a 5 in retrospect, which I believe Regis did, and he took some flack for that, so props to Regis. He accurately predicted Kazakhstan, but myself, not quite there, but I did say I would see play, so at least I didn't say it was like complete trash, which I think, I seem to remember, I thought I did, but apparently I changed my mind. Maybe on my tier list video, I changed my mind later, but regardless, there's some mistakes from me. I'm sure we'll have plenty more embarrassing predictions and reviews when the next expansion is announced, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.